Good evening, everyone. Sorry to interrupt the very joyful conversations, but you all have to do yourself a favor and ask Willem how he ended up at Shofar. It's the best story of the night. Anyways, welcome, and it's such an honor to be here and that you guys are all here. We just realized next year we're going to have to squeeze in more tables because there are more people that would have loved to be here. But this evening we just want to, I say to Shauna now, I had a soft landing this year. It feels the year's treating me with a lot of grace, or the Lord is. But we hope to give you a little grace, a bit of a picture of what's coming, not overwhelm you. Please see everything as a light invitation, a peek into the future. Don't take anything on you this evening or take on extra to-dos. Just see this as an evening where we want to share our heart and invite you as the year unfolds into what the Lord has for us. So first, I just want to introduce you to our office staff. I know you know some of us more than others, but the ones you don't see are the really important ones. So the pastoral team at this stage is the top row, really. Ross leads. I oversee mornings. Tian oversees the young adults in the evenings. And Marie-Louise is overseeing kids ministry, which is out and out pastoral. And in that, she automatically also flows into family ministry. And she will also be helping me with what we'll talk about next in terms of our life group care in the near future. Then Lisa does administration and makes things beautiful. So when Ross made you clap for all of us, can we just clap for Lisa properly? She ran. Yeah. She's pointing to her husband, Emil, because he also needs a clap. He's always here supporting. And yeah, dank you, Emil. And then Nicole she's our office manager officially, and she makes everything beautiful and organized. And if you really want to get something done, we all know that's who you contact. Then Karine heads our wellness ministry. So that's also someone, as you dream about this year, as you think about this year, do you need to grow, heal, have somebody walk a coaching or mentorship road with you? Connect with Karine. She's really a place where she connects you with the right person for whatever form of healing. But also if you are here and ministry is on your heart and counseling or coaching or anything, please also chat to her as we go. And then Grace. Grace makes things lovely here and easy for us. So if you do come in during the week, you will meet Grace, and she is her name. Then, personally, what I'm very excited about is that we are working towards a Connect series. So all of you, I don't know how you settled in church or how you ended up in life groups. There was a lot of grace. But we realize as we grow, we're trusting the Lord to make safe spaces. Our life groups are one of the most precious parts of our life group. So for you who want to invite people to come settle in church, this is what it will look like from term to term this year. You will invite someone, and this evening we have some people here for the first time, and normally we would have a meet and eat to kick off this series, which is a smaller dinner just with newcomers and the pastors and some elders, and that there will be 4 dates available for that. That will flow into a life encounter, which Tian will champion, and there we will invite new people to just come and talk about foundational faith matters. Do we all agree about baptism, about salvation, the basic faith matters? That'll do an evening of that. The following week, they will be invited for an encounter series where we'll get an opportunity to hear people's stories about church, and then also just share our heart and our understanding theologically and practically about what church is, what does it mean to be part of the ecclesia. And then, where I hope some of you will jump in and support, is we will then have a kind of model life group. We're doing 4 series still coming up, but then you do 4 life groups here with a team at the church office. I'll be taking the first one, and then we get to know you. And then by the time that 4 weeks is over, we actually have an idea of where you live, what your needs are, and from there we only place you in a life group. So we've got a bit of a ramp. What we see here is opportunities also to get involved. If that is your passion, to teach people the basics of discipleship, connect with Tian and see if you want to form part of that life encounter group. If you're passionate about settling people in church and talking about past experience of a church and what we offer here and building church community, chat to Ross. He'll love to do that. And then the discipleship life group, you can chat to me if you would love to get involved there. Is that good? Dankie.
Maar julle moet eers aan 'n klap. Melissa se graphic design skills is next level, né? Like, yes, so it's beautiful. So as a congregation, our heart is really to seek the peace of the city. We are a people that seek the peace of the city. Don't you kindly just want to say this to someone next to you? We are the people that seek the peace of the city. This is vir ons is, né? So last year, we spoke through Jeremiah and Daniel, and both of those, we came to this text. It's really, God is the one who placed you in this city, and He invites you to participate with Him, with seeking shalom, seeking wellness, seeking wholeness, seeking the absence of fear and hostility, tranquility, sense of significance. I can do something, I ought to do something, a sense of purpose and a sense of strength. So we are people that seek that. That means reconciliation, that means justice, that means wholeness, that means beauty in our city. And if you think about the industry in which you work, that's probably, I just named them. So really the invitation for us is that, and that's why we have this board up here. It's not just to seek your inner peace, but we mean, we start there, but we really seek the peace of the city. So that's the invitation for us as a church. And this year specifically, we felt led to, last year one of the synonyms for peace or shalom is a sense of flourishing life, a life in abundance. Another synonym, another synonym for shalom is the concept of wholeness, wellness, wholesomeness. And what we're going to pursue, God, for us and for our communities and for our families, I mean, is a wholesome family, is someone who lives from the wholeness of their heart, someone who is not living in reaction or response to something, someone who is not bound to something, but who is liberated to live in freedom. So that's what we pursue in wholeness. And the series that Melissa kicked us off with, incredible book. If you haven't read the first introduction in the chapter, please do so this evening. It reads really quickly. It's really incredibly well written. It invites us into the big picture of the story, that we were created in the image of God as image bearers and image duplicators, that we should re-image people, re-image creation into the image of our Creator in Exodus chapter 34. And the invitation really starts there for us to see who God is and see what did He invite me into? And then secondly, the people around me. It's my privilege, it's my call and my honor to re-image people into the image of God. To rid them of the voice of the accuser in Genesis 3 and to affirm God's voice about them. And this is really our heart and our invitation that we can start off with. And then we'll do my Engels. Kung Fu. Then we'll do Kung Fu. Then we'll do four books through the Gospels. And our invitation is to see, if I want to, you hear me speak about this a lot because it really is something. We grew up in congregations that whose whole focus is to get people into heaven. It's the sole focus. It's the only focus, to make sure that one day we'll go to heaven. And it's good, but there are some speakers that they don't hear. It's like a surround sound speakers that are not on. It's the fact that Jesus really came to restore peace in the city, to make His kingdom come here. And the invitation for us is, what should we do here? And then this beautiful book, the outline. So we'll look at all four Gospels next year, later this year. We're going to look at Matthew And we're going to see that Matthew focuses that saying that Jesus came as a fulfillment of all the promises and all the purposes of God. And he uses the phrase that it may be fulfilled 14 times directly, and he implies it another few times. 100 direct quotations from the Old Testament to show that Jesus really came as a culmination of all the purposes of God in the Old Testament. Not just the prophetic things that he will be born in Nazareth, but the purposes. He came to fulfill righteousness, came to fulfill justice, came to fulfill the whole concept of Sabbath and Shalom, and all those places. So he really came to fulfill our healing, our restoration. That's why Jesus came. And the invitation for us then is to participate with our communities in the way in which Jesus invites us into. And then secondly, we'll look through the book of Mark. In Mark's gospel, we'll see that Jesus really came to the clashing of the kingdoms. It's really the Romans, the Sanhedrin, Herod, all those political parties, the zealots. He really came to clash with everyone that oppresses God's people, to liberate, to bring freedom. And in that time, we'll also do a liberty encounter so that you can experience the freedom for which Christ has brought us. And then we'll look at, And then we'll look at Luke. We'll look at Luke. We'll mark and look at Luke. Okay, we'll look at Luke, and we'll see that Jesus really came to reconstitute a new people for himself. Not just the bright, those aristocrats from the royal families, not just the pure Jewish men, but everyone. The tax collectors, the sinners, everyone. How Jesus came to reconstitute a people to himself, inviting us to do exactly the same. Inviting us to live exactly the same. So we'll see that. And then lastly, just John's Gospel. We just ended the end of last year with John's Gospel, but this year we'll read it in a different lens, focusing on the recreation of Jesus, that Jesus really came to come back to earth to dwell with us. He's Emmanuel. And how his presence changes everything in every environment that he comes into. That sense of wonder that we spoke about. So it's regtig mooi. We're looking forward to this. And our heart is that at the end of this year, if you will ask one another in the small group, what is the gospel? Or what did Jesus come to do? Or what is the invitation? If I ought to live like Jesus, what does that mean? Our heart is that you will really understand, that you will have a deep understanding of what that means. That it won't just be a succinct, small answer in a one-liner, but a deep answer into what did Jesus come to do? Not just why did Jesus born or why did he die, but why did he live? And that you can emulate your life according to that. It's really an invitation to bring wholeness to everyone. So, Jesus came so that we may be made whole. That beautiful scripture in John chapter 5. So invitation then, practically, the invitation for you is to find a place to belong. I know that with 1, 2, 3, or 4 children, that your lives do get busy if mom and dad are working. I'm aware of that. I'm aware that seasons change. And we are thoroughly aware of this pastoral team. But our heart's invitation for you is to please find a community, a people to belong to. Do not get isolated. Wholeness happens in community. Wholeness requires community. You can't get whole by yourself. We can put you in isolation for a short while if you need to detox, but afterwards you need wholeness. You need a community. We re-image one another into the image of God. Someone has to call you out and affirm who you are in Christ. So, life group is a place. Recovery group is a place. The men's ministry on a Monday is a place. The women's ministry on a Wednesday morning and later this year on a Tuesday evening is a place. So there are many places where you can find a community that you can weekly connect to. But the invitation is to please do that. If you really struggle to find such a people, will you please have a conversation with Melissa and with Marie-Louise? Love to find a place for you. A people that you can connect to. A people that you know that when the wheels come off, you don't have to see a psychologist professionally for anything. You can actually just talk to and pray with a friend first. Psychologist, bless them. Ek is regtig lief vir hulle. But it's very expensive. En teen Oktober is almal se mediese fondse op. So, find the people that are free, né? The next one is to grow. As a church, we want to invite you to grow this year intentionally. to find one of the 25 grow groups that we'll have later this year, or Tian is going to share about a great Bible study that he's going to do, a Bible school that he's going to do this year, or the Encounter series, Encounter, Life Encounter, Home Encounter, Legacy, Inner Healing, and Liberty, to find a place that I can really say at the end of this year, I have grown in this way. I've grown in this way. To please, some of you have been in church for a long time and you've had not the opportunity to sit through the encounters. I want to invite you to please see if you can make time for yourself. Not for a professional, but just for you, that you can have a connection with Jesus in that you'll be made whole. And then lastly, a place where you can build hope. Maybe you're someone who you've been walking with Jesus for a while and seasons have changed, but you feel that this year I want to freely give what I've received, to find some place where you can pour yourself into. Then obviously you're aware of the Sunday teams, you're aware of the data projector. Please, julle, ek gaan hierdie in Afrikaans sê, ons kort Afrikaanse mense by die 8 uur diens wat kan 'n rekenaarknopie druk. Okay. We need someone at the Afrikaans service to help us with data projectors. It's really easy. You just press the next thing. Dis regtig maklik. So if you can press the computer button, you're welcome. Secondly, we need people for the hospitality, and you can speak to Greg and to Dale and to Lisa when you want to join the worship team. You're aware of those things. Kids Church volunteer. If you can say once a month I can help with Kids Church, that's really amazing. Or the wellness ministry team, if you want to join Karin and say, I really have 1 hour a week that I can do that, that's sufficient. That's an amazing gift. You want to just pour out what God has given to you into someone else. So that's the invitation for you. Just lastly, before I hand over to Tian, these are 4 big dates that I would love you to grab a hold of. 4 big dates. Yeah. The first one is the Craig Hill Conference. I want to invite you to please see if you can set that week aside. He's coming all the way to America only to our congregation to do a seminar. He'll minister on the Sunday at one other place, but he's really coming for this. So please don't miss it. It will be amazing. It will be intentional leadership development, but it's hard work. It's not head work. It's not an academic thing. He's going to do something with us. He's going to impart what he has received. Men's camp and women's camp, don't miss this. We are aware that the men's camp and the women's camp are not cheap because things aren't cheap anymore. Okay, so we are thoroughly aware of that. But we are sorry, we don't know how to do this in another way. So see if you can save something in the next 2 months to go on the camp. There might be 1 or 2 people that will sponsor someone else. We always have 1 or 2 people that are willing to sponsor someone else. So do inquire from the office. But see if you can join both the men, not the both. He, she, and they. Yeah, just. Or women's camp, ne? Lekker. And then Convergence, Shofar's annual conference in Somerset West. It's beautiful. This year we won't do Kids Church. We are not responsible for Kids Church, so everyone is asked to please be inside. Erika, jy kan nog steeds dit doen. But for the rest of you, you don't have to do Kids Church. You can actually sit in the conference this year and really receive and worship with them. Okay, Tian, will you please come and share a little bit about the young adults? Kan ons vir Tian 'n ander klap gee?
Good evening, everybody. It's nice to be with you. Some faces that I don't see on a regular basis, so it was lucky to connect with some people earlier. Just quickly, I'll have some more slides tomorrow night when I speak to the younger crowd. This is still a young crowd. You guys are looking good. But we got the young adults formation pathway, or kind of the focus for us this evening, and that's not this evening, this year, and into next year will look like this. So we will continue to, I see that's an older version of my thing, but we'll continue to prioritize life on life discipleship and have the wholeness conversation as a church. That will be what we prioritize. We want to prioritize our life groups. We understand that fundamentally for young people to be connected, like Ross said, is crucial. And then there will be 2 kind of streams. They are not, you'll see the middle arrow connects the 2. So one is not exclusive, or you don't have to do one or the other. The hope is that you do both if you are a young adult. So our focus will be our Bible school for the year, which will take the form and the shape of the Bible Project Sermon on the Mount. So we're going to be looking very intentionally at Matthew 5 to 7. doing a deep dive. The request over the years has been, Bible school's amazing. We have the most incredible Bible school, but it's very much systematic theology, and we're covering quite a lot there. And the request has been, teach us how to engage with the text. Teach us how to engage with Jesus' words and what that means for us today here in the city as we seek the peace of the city. And so that's what we're going to do. The awesome thing about the Sermon on the Mount is that it is a microcosm of the whole biblical story. And so when we dive deep there, we can trust that we'll catch actually what was happening here and there, Old Testament, New Testament, Genesis, Revelation. Then the big invitation for this evening is this. We will have a mission trip, and there will be mission trips at the end of this year, but this is it for the younger crowd who maybe don't have the families yet, are not yet married, or are married and have a lot of themselves to give as well. We're offering 3 streams to try and keep it simple and uncluttered. We find that there's so much happening in the lives of people that are entering the workplace. There's so much to think about that actually if we can think about less and do more, it's going to be helpful. So, Urban, Shofar Urban, that's Danny. Shofar Tigerberg, that's Dylan. He's got a great beard at the moment. He's getting married soon. You can look out for him. And then the youth guys. So Andre and Josie are there at the moment helping Mari Louise lead up youth. But this is your invitation, young people, younger people. People that maybe also, as we always, we don't want to forget the people that are not families or actually not young working, but somewhere in the middle. We just want to say this is also the place where you can find your place to belong, where you can serve and where you can give of yourself. So please, and say again. And there's no age limit at Urban. That's the nice thing, Danny says. So those are the 3 streams where we want to be missionally present where God has us. Because we can go to the ends of the world, but we actually need to learn how to be effective there, here. And so that's the invitation to a mission stay. Will you find a mission field that God has already given our community and our church? And I want to include Delft in that. And again, like Ross mentioned, the wellness ministry, whatever the case might be, we're watching young men grow into incredible leaders at the men's group on a Monday night. But these are the focus areas for the young adults. And then lastly, to simplify the mission space, we will have 3 teams that will go to 3 locations, and the hope is that they will visit other Shofar churches on the way at the end of the year. So that will happen later towards the end of the year, but for now, this is what you're being invited into as your formation or discipleship pathway if you are a young adult in our community. Lekker. Awesome.
Dankie, Tian. Mooi. So, this is the communication for the evening. We just wanted to share where we're going and what you can expect. So the grow groups and the Bible study starts in May, only in May. So we've got a long time of just life group. We've got the men's camp and the conference before that. But for now, I want to invite you just to take a moment, have a conversation. If you would, what draws you this year? What is the invitation you feel from God in church this year? What do you long to receive from God in community, in church? What is it that you put your faith out for us as a church, or just for you and your small group? What is it you pray for this year? What do you trust God will happen? Just to have a conversation about that, and after a while, you're welcome to pray with one person next to you or with the people that are in front of you. But please enjoy the time of fellowship. Dream about the church. Dream about your participation. What do you long for God, for yourself, for the others around you? Just take some time and talk through that. Is that good? Amen. Okay.